You just reminded me of something. There was a hold records from one of the lawsuits or from multiple lawsuits back in 2022 or 23. I gotta look at it. I got the document here. Just had somebody resend it to me, but there is still, if I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, but I believe there's still a couple active lawsuits on the religious side from that time frame, 2022, 2023, and there was a records hold put on um, the branches of services. I'm not sure if that's still in place or not. This is a good question that needs to be stirred up again. But as you were
Right.
saying that about your records, now I know in the main Army Guard, um, a couple people FOIA'd the main Army Guard back in I think 2023 to discover how many reprimands were given out, and there was 27 reprimands given out, uh, which would have been for Vax refusal. And I went to FOIA them again just, I don't know, right at the beginning of 2025. I asked for them. I specifically didn't ask for the number of how many reprimands were given. I asked for the actual documents, and there's been no reply. So the main Army Guard has broken the FOIA law, response law. So my guess is that they have destroyed the records. And actually, I'm probably working from a little bit because I have still have some people that I know inside that organization, right? So some of this may be rumor mill or from sources, but I actually tried to FOIA. They would not give it up. I think I've heard from sources inside that said they've destroyed those records. So how would those 27 people get their records corrected when the Gomars are gone? If they weren't, and a lot of lower enlisted people were not in a position to actually get the records because they were so punished hard, heavy-handed, dealt with, that they didn't get it. They were put in a room where senior level people reprimanded them, had the reprimand, and they didn't actually give them the reprimand, but reprimanded them verbally off the document. And and then these were locally held, which I think locally held, there is a just, per the reg, they get destroyed within, 2, 3 years or something per the reg, whatever the reg says.
Right.
Mine was permanently filed to permanently destroy me. However, that is now out of my record. Um, but those Gomars, so let's say listed guy like yourself, that would have done irreparable damage in a couple years, especially if you were an E4 going for an E5 or E5 going for an E6. That Gomar would hammer you for a couple years and flag you essentially from being able to do schools that you need for professional development or just schools in general that would make you more professionally competent and stuff like that.